Hey, we're back. It's part two
Dose.
of the 2 weeks to go in the season session of three ball walk.
Wow.
And we were talking about the long ball and then creating runs, stolen bases. Billy Hamilton has 58, I believe. D. Gordon, I want to say, stole his 50th base of the season.
Yep.
And that's something. In the American League, the leader, Altuve, has 31. Is the stolen base, because of the home run, is it becoming a lost art?
Yes, it is. Because you got guys that look at the outfielders that are now. You got Aaron Judge playing the outfielder, and while he can run, 20 years ago would he have played in the outfield? No.
He'd have been a first
He'd
baseman.
been a first baseman, a
DH.
third baseman, or maybe a catcher, but no way he's playing in the outfield. But now, you don't have to be fast. You used to have to be fast playing the outfield. Now you don't have to be fast because you don't have to run down many balls because the park's so short they're going out instead of catching them.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
And,
good.
and yet, only for the third time in history,
Yep.
D. Gordon stole his 50th base, and
Stanton has 55
and at
homers.
the time Stanton had 53 home runs, so that was a few days ago. They became just the third teammates to go 50-50.
Yeah.
We had Albert Bell and Kenny Lofton,
Yeah, exactly.
and EY Eric Young with
Sosa.
Sammy Sosa.
Sam and Slammy.
Sam and Slammy, and now you got Stanton, and I still find that we talked a little bit about it the other day, but how does D. Gordon steal 50 bases batting leadoff ahead of Stanton batting second? Because
Stanton strikes out, and he's still on first base, and he's
And
still
then he
second.
steals it
He's
with
still
Yelich.
second. Yeah.
and he steals.
He's
it
got a
with
left-handed
Yelich.
bat up, and he's got a little protection there. He's in the
That
hole.
would be good to see how many times he has stolen
Yeah.
with Stanton at the plate.
I can't imagine if there's more than one.
I was going to say.
I will
Oh.
buy you lunch at Miapa.
Because he
Yeah.
steals second, Stanton's not getting a strike.
Yeah, he's moving to second. He's not even getting another pitch. Just go. You don't have to
Yeah.
throw another pitch at that point. Just walk that dude. Go on down to first, like beer league softball.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not running with Stanton at the plate. No way.
Why? He's in scoring position wherever. I mean, with Stanton, you're in
A home
scoring
run.
position when you're on the bench. So, why would you?
That's tough to score from the bench.
But it's yeah.
I think you went a little too far.
I
with
did,
that.
but it's still with Stanton. You don't think you can score? I mean, you're like, hey, that dude can hit a home run and come back around and hit another one while I'm still waiting.
And Stanton at least is 27 years old. The home run story is the Aaron Judges, the Cody Bellingers, the Greg Olsons, although it's not Greg.
No, it's not Greg. And of course, Reese Hoskins, who we've been talking about.
Reese Hoskins. What's the Olson?
And
with the Astros?
Matt Olson.
Matt Olson.
Matt Olson.
You know,
from the A's.
it's the rookies.
they
Is that fun? And you, and we'll go to Bob, and this is your expertise in special. Baseball cards memorabilia.
Yeah, sure.
Which one's the best? I would think New York.
I would think
Yeah,
Judge.
the Yankees. The Yankees. Anything Yankees is going to be a higher value, for cards or collectibles. Yeah, the Yankees. Yeah, for sure. Even over the Mets. The Mets are no. It's the Yankees.
Reese Hoskins.
He would be popular now. I mean, I don't have any of his cards myself right
And
now.
and
but
the
he'd be
reason I'm
popular.
saying Reese Hoskins is, and I agree
Well,
with
last
you,
year,
and
Gary
I
Sanchez was
understand.
hot.
Right, but Aaron Judge has been something, and I know, and obviously it's not my career, my business. I mean, that's what you do. But I think the market peaks and valleys in
Completely.
weeks, and I mean weeks and month. A month is a long time.
A long time.
I would sit there and say Aaron Judge was very, very hot in April and May, and then right at the All-Star game when he won the home run derby and
It was
everything.
common, yeah.
But can it sustain itself while Reese Hoskins is something brand spanking new?
And that's exactly how people are. It's
And
who's
that's what I'm
hot
saying.
now.
Right now,
It's who's hot now. I've been
Judge is
if you
hot,
went
but
to a
has
card
he
show-
kind of
He's probably tapered
people
off a
that
little
went
bit.
crazy on Judge? They're done being crazy, aren't they?
Yes. I remember a few years ago in basketball when Jeremy Lin was the rookie. Man, Jeremy Lin cards.
New York.
Well, he
he was
wasn't
in Golden
then.
State then.
Golden
It was
State.
Golden State then. But Jeremy Lin cards, you couldn't keep them. They were, and there was a graded 9.5 or 10 autographed rookie card that sold on eBay. Somebody in Japan for like $18,000. It was insane. I'm sure that guy right now is going, I wish I had my money back. Because what's happened to Jeremy Lin? It's the same thing. I used to tell kids when they come to my store this, Don't prospect. Buy who you like to keep it. If you try to figure it out, you're going to lose. You're never going to get your money back. Buy who you like. And with Aaron Judge, all the people probably were hoarding Aaron Judge cards. Hey, look, in 5 years, if he's on pace to be the all-time home run leader, that's a great card to have.
But will it be as much as it is
No,
this year?
it'll never be as much as it is. But that's where the whole hobby has changed, in my opinion. It's not like when we were kids and you bought packs and you kept cards. Now everything's getting graded, going for Gem Mint 10s, and that's where how the hobby has changed in the last 10 years. So people are getting those cards graded. And then if you're getting 10s, that's what if you go on eBay, that's what you're seeing probably on eBay right now. Reese Hoskins cards, I can't imagine, aren't like a rash on eBay right now. Matt Olson probably. Last year Corey Seager. Cody Bellinger earlier in the year. But he's kind of faded a little bit, even though the Dodgers are still winning. So it's very cyclical, and it's very much like the stock market. It's all about who. You know, a guy that I was at the show a couple weeks ago in Jacksonville, and the guy that nobody asked about was Mike Trout. Come on, who's better than Mike Trout? You don't want Mike or Pujols cards. I saw Pujols cards in people's corner boxes. I'm like, it's Albert Pujols. But who's hot now?
Well, I've got a whole stack of cards over here. You told me are a quarter apiece.
Quarter apiece.
And
they were good cards,
And they were
huh?
good cards
They're good
at some
cards.
point.
They
So
were.
yeah, so they're still on my desk.
I was
And-
at the card show in Jacksonville, and it's a great. If you ever go to the card show in Jacksonville, it's once a month at the Ramada Mandarin. But like I saw a guy that had Tom Brady cards for a quarter. I mean, you know, you're going.
Well, how many does that have anything to do with how many of them are produced?
Well, I think
The
when
market
you
gets
talk about
flooded.
guys like Montana and Marino and Emmett back in the day,
Yeah, I've got some of those. So
right?
you tell me are a
those
quarter
cards
apiece.
are going to be a quarter apiece because they made so freaking many. They aren't
They're
making as
now-
many as they've kind of curved, but there's still a lot out there. You can still get them, and they have short prints now. So it depends. I haven't looked lately on who's the short print, but in whatever set you're buying. But you know, you go out and you get if you get lucky and pull an Aaron Judge. I got lucky. You got Aaron Judge card, didn't you? I bought a blaster box and got an Aaron Judge card. I was lucky. It's blind luck. I mean, you know, it's
Right, but if it's not any good, then it doesn't really matter. You
Right.
might as well put it in the spokes of your bicycle.
But if you prospect, like I have a friend of mine, David Polikoff, who lives in Orlando. He's a big dealer.
Frequent viewer. Thanks,
Frequent
Dave, for
viewer.
watching.
Dave buys a
You
case
and
of
Julio's
Bowman.
friends.
He buys a case of Bowman Draft every year, baseball. So you know he goes through and maybe he has some from 3 years ago, but those Gary Sanchez cards that were just sitting in the box, he can go through and pull those out, put them on the internet. Now they're hot. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way it's kind of changed.
And
in a
then
way.
do you buy them back next year for?
You don't. You never buy them back. They're gone. You know, it's like.
See,
but
I
you
think-
can always buy them back.
I think-
mean,
A Bellinger or a Judge card right now, you sell it, and if you want the card, you say hold on to it.
right.
Why not make money and then buy it back next year when it's half price?
It's half price. But if it's half price, why do you want it back? You know, unless
Because
you
you
think,
want the card.
Unless you want the card, right?
This one, the car down the road.
Yeah, but it's changed. The hobby is the hobby has changed. When we were kids, you bought packs, you built sets,
Put them in your bike.
you put them in your
Put 'em in
bike
bike
spokes.
spokes.
I mean, if you were a Cincinnati Red, right, that went in your bike spoke. I would imagine, right?
Well,
You're a Braves fan.
Well, I was a Braves fan, but I didn't care. They all went in my. Even the Braves cards went in my. I didn't care. I didn't collect cards.
right.
I mean, the only reason I collected cards was to play that stupid little baseball game with the cards, where you.
The scratch off one? Or
No,
the-
whoever. No, we played like you would take a pitcher and you'd throw down a pitcher. You have a bunch of pitcher cards. You throw down a pitcher card, and the pitcher you would look on how many strikeouts he had, and if he had more strikeouts the year before than your guy had hits, then you got him out, and if you had more hits, then the guy got a hit. And that was the way we played. And so you had to.
That's interesting.
You take your.
I
you
never
take,
did that. I
You
never
take
did
your
either.
card, and you and I would have two cards. We'd be playing each other, and I'd take my pitcher's card, and you
Did
take.
he have to be in a pitching motion?
No,
or
you take
he
your
could just
you
be a
take your
face?
no you take your hitter's card. I'd take my pitcher's card,
Okay.
and we'd select it, and we would go face down, and we would do three of them. If I got you out, you were out before you got a run in, and if you didn't, you got on a run in, and that's the way we played.
Why do you need video games? Eddie has the answer right there.
That was the way we played with the
That's really
cards,
cool.
and
No, I
that's
never
all
thought
that's
of
all we did with those. So
No, but
after that, you just wanted to get the guys who had good stats from last year, so you could throw them down and get a hit.
right. But the hobby's changed, and that's the whole thing. And it's cost prohibitive for a kid to buy a box because you can't build a set with one box. You used to be in the day you could when they
I never bought a box. I mean, I bought a pack with the
Pack.
gum, and I really wanted the gum.
No.
no.
I did.
When it was like powder?
Oh,
and
sure.
It would just
yeah,
break
it
up?
would break apart. Yeah, but that's what you wanted. That's what you got. You put in a whole big wad in your mouth, and you take the cards in and play your baseball.
Cards were just a way for the gum companies to
But
sell their
it's
gum.
changed.
Yeah, exactly.
It's changed a lot.
Originally.
Yeah, it was.
But if you collect cards, we'd like to hear what your feelings are. I mean, post on our page because I mean,
Or what kind of games?
what kind of games did you play when you were a kid with cards?
It's kind of interesting. So we've been talking. The season winds down.
Yep.
it's coming down.
You've got we discussed. You guys like Kluber over Sale.
Yep.
I think Kershaw's a given.
Yeah.
MVP in the National League.
Although he did give up his first Grand Slam the other night, first Grand Slam in his career, and lost 4-3. Great line though. Afterwards in the interview, he says, "Well, I guess I got to do a better job."
That's one Grand Slam more than Jim Palmer ever gave up.
And
You
he
never gave up a Grand Slam.
Never
I
gave
didn't
up a
know
Grand Slam his entire career.
he gave up, and it was a no doubter, left right over the inner third of the plate.
Well, Jim Palmer didn't have to pitch in 2017.
that. That's true.
True.
Yeah.
Not as many good bats.
No, the ball's
That's
not
true.
the juice ball that
Juice ball, smaller part.
Teixeira
Better
says.
bats.
Teixeira says the ball's juiced.
Well, I think Eddie's point was great. You can't pitch on the inside anymore.
Oh no, totally agree.
That's
So you
the
get,
whole thing.
You get extended because you know they're
and
going to have to
and
go
they're
away.
throwing 96. You square
96
it up.
away. A lot of opposite field home runs.
with,
There
A
with,
it
lot
is.
more than
with the
than
max
ever.
effort idea that has now predominated the game, do you think you see less, junk ballers, or do you think
I
guys?
saw a thing.
I think
People
you
are
have those
striking
guys.
people out on off-speed pitches.
Right.
You can't throw it by anybody anymore.
You cannot.
No.
I mean, the teams that are most effective are the ones that are throwing right now.
Mm-hmm.
I was sitting there reading. The Yankees have the highest percentage of non-fastballs thrown by their pitchers in baseball. And they did a thing, and they showed like the top 7 teams of highest percentage of non-fastballs, and all 7 are playoff teams.
Can you imagine what you do if you could find a good knuckleballer right now? How that would mess everybody up.
That's,
you-
you don't
Can
see
you
that.
imagine?
See, but
Can you imagine?
But I'll tell you, yes. But I'll tell you what's the most impressive reason in
And
my
that guy
opinion,
could come in and throw middle relief
yeah.
for you.
But the reason that people are getting people out, striking out, and whatever, and on off-speed pitches is because those guys that are throwing those off-speed pitches can throw it 96 if they want to. And I'll tell you what, if I got 96 in my back pocket, Nolan Ryan, what did he strike people out with?
Fastball, throw it by him.
Half the time. When Nolan Ryan threw a curveball,
Yeah.
it was not fair.
No.
I mean, when he threw a 2-strike curveball, it's like just tip your hat and walk back to the dugout.
Take it.
If you go on YouTube, you can watch. There's some video of Koufax, and there's some slow motion video. There's one where he throws a curveball, and it's like this, and like that, right off the table. And you
I
sit there
mean,
and goes, and the guy.
When a guy's throwing 95,
Puts
96,
himself in the
97,
ground.
he drops one of those in. You tip your hat and you walk back to the dugout because there's
But you
and
don't
that's what's
swing.
happening.
That's what you get. The pitch recognition, I think, is another area of baseball that's just not as good anymore. Now you don't have as long. I'll give you that.
I
You
was
don't
about to
have
say
as much time, but still, there should be guys that should recognize. You still should have the guys who
A
can
lot of
recognize
people
pitches.
swinging at those breaking balls in the dirt.
Yeah.
The breaking balls that are a foot and a half.
Yeah,
outside.
and I get it because the ball's going quicker. You got to start faster. But I just don't think there's
It's
really.
just nasty.
I don't
That-
think there's a really great hitter in the league right now. How about that?
I'll tell you what. When Ichiro tied the game up last night in the bottom of the 9th against the Mets,
He's the closest guy.
I'll tell you, he sits there and he'll look at strike 1 and he'll look at strike 2, and you sit there, all
then
right,
he
you're
flips
0-2,
Flips him,
and then
flips
all of a
him,
sudden
flips
it's
him.
just nasty stuff coming, and he's there with his little thing, and he's just flicking it off,
Flicking it off.
I mean, he can hit, he can flat out.
He is the closest guy, but he doesn't play all the time.
And he's
So that's
49 years old.
That's what I mean.
Exactly.
I don't think there's a guy like that who has a great understanding of hitting. I think there's some good hitters, don't get me wrong. And these guys are hitting better than, most people would at 95 or whatever. But a pure, like a Ted Williams, I don't know there's a Ted Williams in this generation of hitters.
With that power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't think there's a guy that hits like
Well,
Ted.
did
or
Albert
Rod
Pujols
Carew.
strike out a lot? Albert, see, a lot of those guys, the Ichiros, the Rod Crews, I'll give you the
Yeah, they're
I'll
flickers.
give you the Ted Williams, but the Wade Boggs, the Pete Rose, they're not hitters today, and not because they're hitters and they're flickers, but they don't have the power anyway.
Right, but what I'm saying,
The guys, Ted Williams hit 512 home runs and did that.
but what I'm saying is that those types of guys who are pure hitters, who can hit line drives gap to gap, and who are going to be technicians of hitting, are not in the game anymore because everybody wants the home run hitter, and that's why you grow up. And you progress through the minor leagues. None of those guys would make it through the minor leagues anymore.
I'll tell you, I think Trout is. I think Pujols was.
Well, he's done.
He's done.
I mean, he's pretty much done.
But Trout,
Trout is a hitter.
yeah, for sure. And
And the ball, and then you make a mistake and you pay for it.
Yeah, you don't make a mistake.
Well, we're out of time again, dude.
Man,
It's gone.
it's just getting good.
It's just getting good.
Collect
So,
cards.
Yeah.
Don't do video games.
have fun this week. Get a chance to play baseball. Go out and play some.
Right there.
It'll be a
Old
great American
timer.
pastime.
You guys take care. Have a great week.
See you.